Hey everyone, and welcome to Comic Breakdown. If you're new to the page, be sure to give us a like and a sub so you don't miss any of the content coming out. And today we're going to be getting into The Flash. Now this is going to be an annual number 3, and this is going to be The Flash versus the Suicide Squad. I'm really excited to get into this, so without further ado, let's dive in. So getting into this issue, we're met with Captain Boomerang, and he's been arrested, and he's being essentially interrogated. And the police are looking for a group called the Revolutionaries. And so Boomerang starts to go into exactly what happened. He starts from the beginning. And you really gotta enjoy the way that Captain Boomerang tells a story, because it's really just so self-absorbed and so narcissistic. It's so ridiculous that it's so funny at the same time. And so he goes in to talk about how Barry Allen, or the Flash, is running all over town looking for him. But little did the Flash know that Captain Boomerang had been hanging out with essentially the Suicide Squad. But they now call themselves the Revolutionaries, and they do this because they were pretty much used as a personal army by Cord. And so now they have a vendetta out against him, or they want some revenge. And so Captain Boomerang had been hanging out with these guys, and he brings them to his hideout, one of the Rogue's previous hideouts. And before they even have time to settle in, we see the Flash show up. And the Flash is eating a hamburger while drinking a drink, and he's taking all these guys on. And he goes on to tell the cops how the Flash pretty much takes a timeout break. You know, and Barry Allen knows what happened to Captain Cold with Waller. Like, Captain Cold was really given a bad deal all the way around. And so he understands why Boomerang's running, why Boomerang's trying to get away, trying to live some kind of normalcy. But the story Boomerang's telling is essentially that the Flash is just like, okay, like, by golly, I'm gonna help you. And they devise a plan to go into hiding. That way, no one can find them, because the Suicide Squad as a whole has a hit out on them. They have a bounty out on their heads. And so they say there's a prototype ship called the Veil. It's supposed to be like a copy of Wonder Woman's invisible ship. And so they left it out in the middle of Death Valley. So they devise a plan to go out there. Instead of Flash taking them one by one, Flash literally runs with the van tied to his chest. And as they're on the way out to the ship, they get ambushed, and we see a giant explosion, and the van is literally just exploded, and everybody's shot in different directions. And this is where we see the arrival of Deathstroke. He's here to claim the bounty on the heads of the Suicide Squad. And this is where we see an all-out brawl between the Suicide Squad and Deathstroke, and it is absolutely brutal. And the Suicide Squad's actually doing a pretty decent job of giving him a run for his money. And then Captain Boomerang goes into this long story about how the Flash picked up one of Deathstroke's swords, and they had a sword duel and all of this craziness. And then the Flash's head was decapitated. And the cops find this unbelievable. Like, okay, yeah, okay, the Flash is dead. Like, okay, whatever. But he says that this is what happened, and this is his story. So as the rest of the Suicide Squad runs away, Captain Boomerang stands toe-to-toe with Deathstroke. And we see an epic battle ensue between the two of them. And it ends up being Captain Boomerang who is victorious over Deathstroke. And the cops start to laugh at him, because at this point the cops had shown up, at least in the helicopter, and so they were able to see what was happening. And what had actually happened was Deathstroke beat the crap out of Captain Boomerang as the Suicide Squad made their escape. And so the police have gotten all the information they want out of him, and they're gonna go throw him in a cell again. But before they get the opportunity, the Flash comes in and grabs Captain Boomerang. And this was all just a trick. Like, the Flash and Captain Boomerang had planned this together. And so they made the illusion that made Deathstroke think that the Flash's head had gotten cut off, but really it just phased through. And while Deathstroke was busy beating the crap out of Boomerang, the Flash was getting the rest of the Suicide Squad away from the desert, and they were sending the plane off to trick anybody that would think that they're going to be in that plane. And to clean it all up, he grabs Deathstroke and ties him up, that way he can get put into custody. But it's not over yet, because he's still taking Captain Boomerang somewhere, and he takes him back to Australia. You know, and he really tells Captain Boomerang, like, you've earned this. You've shown me that you can be a better person. You sacrifice yourself to help other people. Like, you've earned your freedom. You wanted it. Now take it. Go be a good person. Don't stray. Stay on the straight and narrow. And as soon as the Flash zooms off, he gets a text message. And the text message is pretty much saying, since you beat up Deathstroke, or you at least scammed him, you were able to trick Deathstroke. That earns you back into your place in the Rogues. And of course, Captain Boomerang is going to take that opportunity. And now he's back in the Rogues. And that will be the end of this issue. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I absolutely love it. I love seeing anything with Deathstroke in it. So seeing Deathstroke just take on the Suicide Squad is just phenomenal. I always enjoy it. I think it's a lot of fun. Really excited to see where it's going moving forward. So yeah, if you guys haven't, be sure to like and subscribe to the page. And until the next video.